most people moving to Central Florida, they make a huge mistake. When they select their city or neighborhood they're going to live in and find that dream home, they forget to take into consideration their lifestyle, their commute time, and their finances. Imagine moving into your dream home without realizing that your commute time is going to double, that your finances are going to skyrocket, and you're far, far away from the lifestyle you wanted. If you're planning a move, this video will help you decide exactly between the two most popular areas you should select. We're talking about Winter Garden or South Lake County. That way you can avoid costly mistakes and make the best decision based on your family and lifestyle. Now, before we dive in, I just wanted to let you know that I help families every single week decide where they should go next. If you want a detailed breakdown on the best area for you based on your budget, lifestyle, and family, just reach out to me at 415-604-7557 or use any of the links in the description below so we can start your plan today. Let's start with one of the most important factors, home prices and total monthly costs. I separated here two homes, one in Winter Garden, the other in Mineola, which is part of South Lake County. So let's take a deep dive here. So this home in Winter Garden is $520,000 listing price, and what you can get with that price. So let's go all the way back here. So this is the layout of the house. It's a bungalow. As you can see here, there's no backyard, but to compensate, look, beautiful, right? Look at the details. Yeah, I love it. You see, Mickey? I love it here. But anyways, to compensate the lack of a backyard in your home, they have a clubhouse. And in this clubhouse, you can find a pool, also a half basketball court, and a playground for kids. And usually when they have clubhouses like this, the HOA is a little more expensive. Now let's go to the other home that I selected here in Mineola. $519,000, also 4 beds, 3 baths. Let's see what we can get with this home. The layout. So based on the layout, we can see the garage is in the front, so it's a little bigger. Also a very nice house, beautiful. Look at the size of this bathroom. Shower head. I love shower heads like this. But taking a look at here, we see there's a backyard in this home. So this backyard is a blank canvas. You can do a swimming pool, you can do a jacuzzi, you can do both, or you can do like a small, I don't know, pickleball court, whatever. Just choose. Make sure you check with your HOA what you can build here, and you can also fence this side of your house so you have more privacy with your neighbor. Now let's go back to our home in Winter Garden and let's dive into commuting and location. If you check here, this is where the house is seated, the spin right here, and it's actually super close to Walt Disney. So if you love going to Walt Disney, if you really want to stay close to Walt Disney, close to restaurants, shopping malls, close to grocery stores, this is your place to be. And it's also close to downtown Orlando in case you have a job and you need to go to the office, and your office is probably around this area. You're going to take 20, 30 minutes depending on the traffic. And as you can see right now, there's a lot of yellow and red lines that takes you to downtown Orlando. So keep that in mind. That's traffic. Now, when it comes to our home in Mineola, if you notice, it's seated between two big lakes. I don't know if you can actually see the dimension of this lake, but if this lake is huge, this lake right here is ginormous. You can do water sports here. You can rock your boat here. You can fish here. So if you prefer to stay closer to nature, if you have a more calm, quiet nature lifestyle, this is your place to be. And of course, if you need to drive to go to work and your job, again, probably being in downtown Orlando, you can see the turnpike here. The good thing about living in this place is that the turnpike is most of the time, I would say always, but most of the time green. So you're not going to have traffic to go all the way down to downtown Orlando. And if you like Disney too, but not that much, you're 30 minutes away from Disney. I can tell you because I live close to this place. So let's break down the numbers now. I gave you an idea about commute and location, lifestyle. So now you have to think about your finances, right? So Winter Garden is a beautiful historic community, great amenities. Median home price there range from $480,000 to $550,000. Property taxes are around 1.2 to 1.3% of the home's value. And if you're buying in one of the new communities there, HOA fees are actually between $200 to $250 a month. Homeowners insurance can range from $2,000 to $3,500 a year, depending on the age of the home. And in South Lake County, areas like Claremont, Groveland, Mineola are generally more affordable. Median prices range from $380,000 to $550,000. Property taxes are slightly lower. We're talking about 0.9 to 1.1%. And HOA fees are also lower. You can find between $100 to $200 a month. And insurance on newer homes, you can save up to $1,500 a year compared to insurance for resale homes. And I'll give you one more example. A $405,000 home in Winter Garden could cost you $5,500 per year in taxes, plus $2,400 in HOA fees, totaling $7,900 a year. And the same price home in South Lake County can be closer to $4,500 in taxes, plus $1,500 in HOA, totaling $6,000 a year. That's $1,500 in savings per year and roughly $10,000 saved over the next 5 years just in taxes and HOA. Schools are a huge factor for families, so I selected here a few in Winter Garden and South Lake County for you to take note, do your research, and see which one makes more sense for your family needs. Let's break it down. Now, Party of Orange County Schools, which Winter Garden is located in, we have Sunridge Elementary, which is graded A, Tildenville Elementary, which is also graded A, Bridgewater Middle School, also A, and West Orange High School, A. If you decide to live in one of those areas in Winter Garden, schools there, they have strong after-school programs, sports, and also summer camps. And now when it comes to South Lake, we have super great schools as well, and all of them are also A graded. So we have Mineola Elementary, South Lake Elementary, Lake Mineola Middle School, Lake Mineola High School. And the best among them all, it's actually a private school called Montverde Academy, which is located in Montverde, 10 minutes away from Mineola. And that school is the most seek schools from parents all across America because they are heavily invested in sports. So if you have a kid that is into sports, that's your go-to. Now, if you're still selecting one of those two areas based on your family needs, I can tell you that usually families that are more invested in school performance and quieter lifestyle, they prefer South Lake over Winter Garden. And now let's finally dive into investment potential. Compare Winter Garden versus South Lake County. Winter Garden, because the city is more established, the growth is more stable. So we're talking about between 4 and 6% appreciation over the years, whereas South Lake County, which has way more potential for growth, for new development, for communities to come, for commercial development. The average growth in that region is currently between 6 and 8% a year based on the data we were able to collect. So your choice actually depends on your priorities. Do you want space and room for growth, or do you want stability and premier lifestyle? Now again, before I let you go, if you're really thinking about relocating to Central Florida, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to earn your trust and help you decide your next move. My phone number is 415-604-7557, and below you're going to find all the links to find me. Thank you, and see you on the next video.